Hey Tribe TD, Monday, time for therapy. That's right, your weekly dose of psychological shifting so we can get you dialed in to not only sell the right way, but enjoy the life that a great career offers you up. So I wanted to talk, and I think I'm going to do the alphabets of sales success or the psychology of success around the alphabet. I started thinking about this over the weekend, and at least I got the A handled, and I want to talk about that today. But from a therapy standpoint, clearly one of the things you have to do is you always have to balance the act of interpreting input and then determining what your output is going to be on that input. So the input can be a situation, a scenario, a surprise, a point of impact you weren't thinking on. It could be an interruption, it could be a problem, it could be any of those things. And those things come at you each and every day. And if they come at you and you don't have the ability to process fairly quickly what your decision is going to be, then those things tend to plague productivity. So if, for example, something comes in and it hits you and all of a sudden you go negative, like, why did that happen? Then that slows down your sales productivity, slows down your emotional and intellectual mojo, and you may lose minutes and maybe even an hour or two because of the way that that piece of input was interpreted, okay? The same piece of input can come in, it can be exactly the same problem, and the response instead can be, what a fantastic piece of input that I just received on something that went wrong. Isn't this fantastic? I have a chance now to fix another part of our system so that we don't ever have something like that negative happen again. It is the same input. It is the interpretation of that input that determines then each individual's output. The output of the first individual that interpreted it as negative and challenging and woe is me is not going to respond the same way the person who interpreted it as, wow, a breakthrough, something maybe that can help us never ever do or perform or deliver this way again. And what I've learned in psychology is I've learned that the same inputs are interpretable, right? There is a pessimistic, a negative, a kind of a bent towards can't, and then there is an optimistic, kind of forward-thinking bent towards can. And the difference in how this affects sales psychology is monstrous. People that tend to be pessimistic and respond to things in a woe is me or in a negative way tend to embrace drama, negative drama, drama that brings down an organization and brings down people. But those that embrace that input or that piece of change optimistically and with a heart, full of spirit to figure out a way to do it right the next time and eliminate the mistake forever, there's no drama there. There's actually demand. There's demand for thinkers like that. So as you approach psychology this week, as you approach this therapy session, really be mindful of just one simple thing: attitude, and how you're interpreting the things that are happening to you on a regular basis. And if you're pessimistic, try to, over the next month or two, move into a more optimistic mode, because at the end of the day, it's the same piece of input. You get to determine. Chuck Swindoll said years ago that life is about 10% of what happens to us, and it's about 90% of how we respond to it, okay? So respond well and see the silver lining in everything. Stay positive, stay optimistic. Life will change for you on the dime, okay? Have a great week.